I guess it's working. Anyways, Utah Valley leads 38-27. Evan Cole with 11 points and 9 rebounds on his senior night. Hit a big three-pointer right there as time expired to give the Wolverines that double-digit lead at halftime. I mean, the Wolverines shot what, Ty?
They shot, let's see here,
40% in the first half. Held UTRGV to 35% shooting. Pretty solid first half from the Wolverines. I mean, Uchi Dibiamaka had a game-high 14 points on 6 of 9 shooting for the Vaqueros. I mean, what did you think about that first half, Ty?
It was an interesting half because there were periods where both teams were rolling, and there were periods where both teams were kind of cold. And so, like I tweeted, Utah Valley has struggled to pull away, but UTRGV has struggled to cut into the deficit. So it feels like both teams have kind of been going back and forth at each other. When they're both on, Utah Valley can't pull away because UTRGV is making shots. But when neither of them are rolling, UTRGV can't cut into the deficit. So Evan Cole, the big first half for the Wolverines, scored 5 of the 8 points in a little 8-0 run in the final minute and a half of that first half. Then Uchi Dibiamaka with game-high 14 points. Big first half for him for the Vaqueros. It looks like they're struggling a little bit there to close out that first half.
Offensively, they're not getting much going. Dibiamaka has been a kind of a bright spot, but other than that, they've hit 2 3-pointers. They only got to the free throw line, 5 times in the first half? That's not good. No, what is it?
7
times.
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm looking at Ty's stat sheet while I look at the live stream here, so bear with us. Anyways, interesting thing for this game is the fact that Utah Valley was able to pull away there in the end of the first half, because it seemed like the game, Utah Valley would get an 8 to 10 point lead, but then UTRGV would come right back. And I was talking to you about it, and it just seemed like Utah Valley was struggling to pull away. Maybe that's what happens, here as they got that momentum going in the halftime locker room.
Could be, Kyle. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on, because I can guarantee this much. UTRGV, they're going to come out swinging. This game matters as much to them as it does for Utah Valley. This is a big game for seeding. Because if their record goes to 500, 50% in conference play, that hurts them a lot. So they're going to come out, they're going to be swinging. And Utah Valley's got to be ready to go. They got to be ready for it.
All right. In other news, at halftime, it was 36-25 for Tarleton State over New Mexico State. I mean, the Aggies, I should say the Texans gave New Mexico State all they could handle. New Mexico State's a little short-handed without Evan Gilliard and Wilfried Lakai tonight. The Texans shot 50% in that first half. You look at it here, Konstantin Dotsenko had 12 points in the first half. They were 4 of 11 from deep. It was just one of those things. And they forced 7 Aggie turnovers. It just wasn't a good first half for the Aggies. And right now, it's 41-27 with 17:36 to play. It's funny that you would have thought that New Mexico State would have been ready, knowing what happens for Friday night teams that lose on Friday night. Right now, it's just a struggle for the Aggies, and this would be a really, really bad loss, to be honest with you.
It would be, and I think it's a mentality thing, like we talked about last Sunday in our podcast episode, that Tarleton State, they're upset that they lost that bad last night. They don't think that they didn't think that they should have lost that bad. So they're going to go out there and they're going to say, hey, we're not as bad of a team as we should have last night. They seem like they just wanted more than New Mexico State. They're showing them, hey, we're not a bad team like we were last night. We're a good team. We can play basketball. We're going to give you our best shot because we're mad. We're mad that we lost that bad last night. So I think it's a mentality thing. And Tarleton did to New Mexico State what New Mexico State did to Tarleton last time that first half. Shot the lights out. Just poured it on them. So we'll see if New Mexico State can respond. Going to be tough without Evan Gilliard. Missing a few guys. So we'll see if they can pull a run together and get a much-needed sweep and avoid a bad loss.
And for anybody watching this live stream, if the Aggies lose tonight, that probably eliminates any chance of them winning the regular season title. I know that there's a slim chance right now with the math, but if they lose tonight, it's pretty much a done deal. They're either going to be 2-3, depending on what happens with Utah Valley tonight and next weekend, or Grand Canyon tonight and next weekend. So Seattle, Grand Canyon, we're just about to get ready to get underway. Right now on the women's side, Grand Canyon leads Seattle 37-29 at the half. Anyways, good game here. Like we said, Utah Valley got some momentum, finished on an 8-0 run to end the first half. Lead 38-27 over UTRGV. And right now, it's just crazy. Tarleton has forced 2 turnovers in the second half. It's a 41-27 lead right now for the Texans, 16:34 to play. So we'll see what happens with the Aggies. Can they come back? And then obviously Seattle GCU tip off in a few minutes, or they're already underway in the Pacific Northwest. So anyways, thanks for joining us again on the live stream. Ty, as always, we're having fun up here on Press Row. If you saw my picture, had some cotton candy. Haven't had that I don't know how long.
Shout out to Natalie Okeson for hooking us up with that.
UVU men's basketball assistant coach Todd Okeson's wife, Natalie, walked right by, handed it to Ty. Ty can't eat it, so he handed it to the big guy.
High blood sugar, man.
You see what I did there? I rhymed. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great rest of the night, and we will see you when we see you. Enjoy the night, guys.